Hi guys, and welcome to my page. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make creamy chicken and mushroom. This is a really quick meal, probably for the end of the week. If you don't want to have a takeaway, this is definitely something for you. It's really rich, definitely a naughty treat. So you wouldn't want to be having this every day. I haven't skimped out on the ingredients. So I'll put the ingredient list down below. If you can't get your hands on things like chicken stock powder, that's not a problem. You can use chicken cubes, oxo cubes, anything that you want, sort of chicken or vegetable. If you don't like some of the vegetables I've used, you can sub those out as well for something you prefer. And if you can't get fresh herbs at the moment, I know things can be really tricky, then you can use dried herbs as well. It's completely fine. The basis of the ingredients, the things that you'll definitely need, are the chicken, the cream and the wine. Definitely an end of week thing. This is a really quick meal, so it won't take you too long. Like my other videos, the longest part is probably the prep. So here we go. As you can see, I've added a little bit of oil to heat the pan. You can use oil, or you can use oil spray if you like to use that. If you've got a non-stick pan and you don't usually use any oil, then you don't have to. It doesn't add anything to this. It's just so that things don't stick. My pan's a little bit old, so it's lost a bit of its non-stick. So you can just feel and see when your pan's got hot. And if it's hot enough, you can go in with your chicken. So you want to space it out a little bit so that everything can get seared. I'm going to turn my heat down to medium now. So it was on hot, but I've turned it right down to medium. You can see already, like here, it's already seared. So that's what you're looking for. So if you just give it a couple of minutes. So now you can start to flip them over because they should have seared. So this isn't to cook it all the way through, it's just so that it has a little bit of colour before you add your other ingredients. So as you can see, they've all been turned over. It's okay to see a bit of pink because, as I said, it's not to cook them all the way through. It's just so that you can add a bit of colour to your dish. Okay, so once it's been cooking for a couple of minutes, just give it a little stir. Now at this stage, if you add in about half your onions, if you like your onions to be cooked all the way through and really soft, then add them all now. I like to have different textures of onion in mine, so I add some now and then some when I add in the courgette. And at this point, add in half of your roughly chopped garlic, whichever amount you've chosen to use, add that in. As I said in my previous videos, I absolutely love garlic, so there's always more than sort of you would actually need. So if you want to put less, or just put half of the amount that you want to put into your dish. And at this point, I'm also going to add some garlic granules. So quite a generous helping of garlic granules as well. So that's the garlic granules, not garlic salt. Don't get too confused. If you put that much garlic salt in your dish, you'd ruin it. Garlic salt is really, really salty, so you wouldn't want to add that much in there. Really, you only need a dash of that. I don't use that very often at all. I really like the garlic granules because there's no added salt in that, so it won't ruin your dish. Don't you just love that sound, guys? There's nothing better. I'm going to add in some of the sage. Not all of it, just some of it. Looking at the amount that I've actually chopped, I probably won't use all of the sage that I've chopped here. With these dishes, it is going by eye and going by the taste of what you like. If you like a really heavy taste of sage, then go ahead and put quite a bit. The measurements are only rough. It's really just a guide for you in your own flavours that you like. Okay, so as you can see, the onions are starting to really soften out. They're starting to go opaque, which is good. That's what you're looking for. So that at the end of this, they'll be really nice and soft. All the flavour will be drawn into the chicken. So at this point, I'm going to add in my spices. I've got a small, tiny dash of mustard. I'm using the powder. So I'm going to go in with about this much. Maybe a little bit more. In here I've got chicken stock powder. This one's got the less salt. If your one's quite salty, then don't add as much. You have to be really careful with some stocks because they can really overpower a dish, and you don't want that. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in some of the wine. I'm just using white wine. That's what's best to use for this dish. Quite a generous glug of that. You might want to turn your heat up just a little bit because it's cold. So you want to make sure that you cook off the alcohol. Make sure you turn all your chicken in so it all gets some of that lovely wine. Oh, the smells. Garlic, wine and onions. Yum. So you're going to give that about 30 to 40 seconds. Doesn't matter if you go longer, that's fine. And at this point you want to add in your cream. Make sure you give it a stir. I completely forgot to. So you want to go in, I'd probably say about 100 millilitres, 150 millilitres of the cream. No one said this was a healthy dish. It's a Friday treat. I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit more of the cream. As you can see, I did not stir that properly, but that's fine. Okay, you want to add just a little bit of water so that that doesn't all stick when you leave it to simmer down. So as you can see, it's starting to stick just here at the sides. So you want to make sure that it's liquid enough. don't add too much, because when you put your mushrooms in, they release their own water as well. Okay, so we're going to go and add all of the mushrooms in now. Give that a decent stir so that they cover with the lovely cream and wine mixture. Okay, so as you can see, it looks quite dry at the moment, but as you leave it to simmer with the lid on, the mushrooms will release water, so you'll have a bit more of a sauce. So at this point, you just add in the rest of your garlic, the rest of your onions, and I'm going to go with some of the rest of the sage. I'm not going to put it all in, that is too much. Give that a little stir because there's a lot in this pot. Okay, and then I'm just going to sprinkle the courgettes on top. Make sure you get them all. And you'll cover that now and turn the heat all the way down to simmer. You leave that for about 10 minutes, come back and stir. So I'm going to take the lid off, and as you can see, there's now loads and loads of liquid. So you want to turn your heat up again so that it comes to a real boil, so that you can get rid of some of that liquid and thicken it up as well. So you're at the end stages of the cooking now. So nice and simple, quick, easy meal. Again, the longest part is just the prep. Give it a good stir. And then you just want to get yourself a spoon. Get yourself a spoon and just give it a little taste. See if you need to add any more seasoning or anything like that. So I'm actually going to go in with a little bit more garlic granules. And then a little bit more chicken stock. And then now I'm going to just put in a sprinkle of paprika. Just about that much. Give that a good stir. So you're going to leave that on a high heat for maybe another 5 minutes, just until you notice it starts to thicken. Don't leave it on its own because you don't want to stick to the bottom of the pan, and also you don't want it to burn. So you can see that's really starting to thicken out now, which is great. You can see that the courgettes have got soft, but they're not mushy. No one wants them to be mushy, and everything's keeping its shape very nicely. So it's at this stage that you sort of want to think about now plating up. And here it is, guys, creamy chicken and mushroom. It's such a lovely meal. It's really nice and quick. It's something that you can have on a Friday if you don't want to have a takeaway. It's definitely a lovely treat. You can put some garlic bread with it to make it just that bit better. I hope you've enjoyed. Please let me know in the comments if you make this and if you like it. Thank you.